Coach, you guys, both against Michigan State and just in general, you changed up your tempo a lot. I was wondering what the advantages of doing that than just going straight up tempo, and what goes into those decisions when you're creating a game plan, or whether that's more of a feel of the moment kind of thing.
It's a game plan thing. Part of that is based on who we are. Part of that's based on the opponent, and just varying it from there.
Next question.
Your next question comes from the line of Cal Goon, Salt Lake Tribune.
Hey, Coach. I understand that Vernon Adams has some kind of issue with his index finger. I was wondering how you guys are monitoring that, and if Jeff Locke might be the guy. If you guys feel like Vernon may not be ready to go in the game.
Well, we don't really talk about those kind of player availability kind of things. Other than the best guy for us is going to be out there playing, and we have respect the heck out of a lot of these guys that are playing like everybody less than 100% at some point in the season.
Did Vernon indicate to the coaches that he was going through just some discomfort in the last game against Michigan State?
Well, I think there's a lot of conversations that you have with everybody on your team again, and those are best kept private, I think.
Sure. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Again, to ask Coach a question, please press star 1.
Got one more question here.
Your next question comes from the line of Daniel Ullman, U.S. Today.
Hey, Mark, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Not too bad. I think right now, particularly in the playoff era, fans and the media really like to ascribe grades to teams, not only early and often, but essentially every week. I'm just wondering, from your standpoint, is there a point in this season where you have found you have sort of figured out your team's identity, or is it just sort of changed year by year?
I think it changes hour by hour, with a lot of these guys, and they're young people, that whatever, have relationships or family issues or a hard test coming up, whatever it may be. And they go through a lot. They're battling fatigue, injury, media, ups, downs, expectations, all those kind of things. And you just try to manage those things as best as you possibly can, keep them as focused as you possibly can, and just manage I think we're getting just a natural overreaction to one win or one loss that occurs.
I think it's very clear that, and you see it all across college football, that there are sort of reactions and overreactions at times, and teams come out flat, or whatever you want to call it, whether that's myth or reality. But what is there something that you guys do to sort of try to mitigate that?
Again, it kind of comes down to the personality of your team. I think there's some teams where you can, openly talk about everything, and then there's other teams that you want to try to keep completely focused and away from that stuff. I think it's really hard in the modern, technological era to eliminate every distraction, every bit of noise. That's very unrealistic. And the bottom line we always talk about is just ourselves. Certainly you're going to scheme against your opponent, but you're not going to rise up and play to the level of somebody that's supposed to be great, or quote unquote lower yourself to somebody that's not. Just always trying to improve.
Your next question comes from the line of Chantel Jennings, ESPN.com.
Hey, Coach.
Hey, Chantel.
I was just curious what you thought about your team's run defense against Michigan State.
It was pretty good. We had a couple. The first play of the game, we gave up a huge run because we had two guys in the wrong gap, and that creates a lot of issues. And then the last touchdown, again, we had a young guy in the wrong gap, and that creates the perception of a guy kind of coming out of position and missing the tackle. Really should have been flattened out of the line of scrimmage by a guy just in the proper gap. And so those are the things when you talk about little things that are very frustrating and hard to explain. You also just have to confront them and fix them and move on. And I think reacting the way they did during the course of the game and kind of rallying things in the fourth quarter was very promising, and their reaction this week in practice has been promising.
Thanks.
Sure.